Okay, today we have a Toyota Prius 2006 in for an issue with, if you can see the lights on the dash, it's got a problem with its hybrid control. So the high voltage hybrid battery, and when we plug in the machine it shows P3000 battery control system. Now, how we tend to diagnose this issue is, well, we're using the snap-on Solus Legend. We got the code through the hybrid control, but when you go onto the high voltage battery there is no fault codes. So we go to the high voltage battery and we go into the data display. This shows us all the live data with the engine running right now. And we can see the battery blocks. Each block is made of 2 cells. And most probably one of these blocks, one of the cells or 2 cells in the block, most probably just one, is faulty or low for it to be throwing up this P3000 fault. And if you can see battery block 14, it's fluctuating a lot. It drops down to 15 and then it goes up back up to 17. Now it's dropping back down to the 15, whereas all these other blocks here, they're in the steady mid 16s. But whereas 14, it's dropping down to 15. Right now it's dropping down. Yep, 15 point, yep, as you can see, yep. And then it's going back up, charging back to 17. So most probably we've got the problem lying here on the battery block V14. Now we're gonna go ahead, disassemble the high voltage battery. Now this isn't something for anyone that's doing DIY to go ahead with. You'd need the right qualifications and training to be going ahead with a job like this, as you are playing with high voltage HV as it states, and it's not a joke. You know there's people that could, if you don't follow the routine, don't follow the rules when doing this, God forbid, you could end up electrocuting yourself, causing harm, serious harm. But now we're gonna go ahead, disassemble the high voltage battery, and then we're gonna check each block with a voltmeter. Okay, so here we have the high voltage hybrid battery. Now to get access to this, we've had to remove a few bits and pieces, so all the trims on the side here, a few bolts up here and inside there. Taken off, there was metal trays that bolt on top and behind the seats. And this is the service isolator plug. And make sure that you 100% remove this before you do any sort of work on the hybrid system. Also disconnected the negative lead on the 12 volt. It is essential, as I said, that you remove this. Once you remove this, this disables the high voltage battery and makes it safe for us to work on. Okay, so we've removed the high voltage hybrid battery. There's a few plugs that you got to remove and 2 connections they got to unbolt. And these wires run to the inverter at the front. And here we have a high voltage battery. As I said, the 2 points that bolt into are here, and the connections are one here, and a main one here. Now we're going to go ahead, open up the casing, and we'll get a clear view of each block and each cell. Then we can test it in situ. Okay, so now we've removed all the connections to each cell for each block. Now we're just going to test the voltage and see which one is our faulty battery cell. So the first row is 8.2. It might show minus, but it's because we're just not changing the sides from the plus negative. So as it shows, we get an average of 8.2 on each cell, which is what it should be. And now if we come to the beginning and check it out, you can see that we've got a 6.9. So, but when we go down, 8.2. So this is block 14, and this cell, the first cell, cell at the beginning, seems like the faulty one. 6.9 it's showing. So we're just going to take it off, remove the cell, replace it, and take it from there. Okay, so now we've removed the faulty cell, which is this one, and if you can see, it's got a few bumps, looking like it's ready to explode. Bit difficult to see. Bit more clearer like this. So this indicates that this is our faulty battery cell. Now we've got a few that we've done from before. We're going to test these out, and whichever looks good, put that on, test it on again, and then close it up, ready to put it back together. Okay, so now we've replaced the faulty cell at block 14, which was this one, but we've also tested all the other cells as well once we had the complete battery out. Everything else seemed fine. Now we've just closed it off, preparing to put it back together, put it in the vehicle, start it up, run the live data, see how things show. So we're just gonna put the cover on. It's got the cover is there, attached by a few bolts. Put it into its place, put the connectors on, plugs on, connect the 12-volt battery in the corner there, and hopefully all should be fine. Now the high voltage battery is put back into its place. Tighten down all the bolts, all the connections through here. Now all we've got left to do is just plug in the service isolator plug, the 12-volt negative lead, put it back on. And before we close it all up, we will start the vehicle, do some live data, and see if there's anything unusual, rather than closing it all off and then testing it all out. If there is anything unusual, we can at least take it all out again from this stage. That's taken off all these plastic trims. Does take a bit of a while, so just going to slot this back into its place and take it from there. Okay, now everything has been put back together. All the lights off the dash are gone, and we've just went for a road test just to charge up the battery, as the one that we replaced it with hasn't been in the vehicle for a while, so it would benefit from a drive to get up and running. And if we can see the data reading on the battery block V14, it's a bit out, not too much, but I think as the battery was just sitting, that wasn't helping. So, but as this vehicle drives, it should go up. But everything seems fine now. The hybrid system is working as it should. Before, the hybrid system wasn't working. It was just, the vehicle was just running on petrol, and everything in the back has been put back together. Can't open the boot, but just to show you. So, as you can see, we left it neat and tidy for the customer. Now, thank you for watching our videos, guys. We would appreciate if you can comment, like and subscribe, even share. Thank you very much.